Don't squint your eyes and think. He's making a mockery of the position of my master. Give it to his father. He asked the wave very brilliantly. Should not be reconsidered or SAO. Road Music replied. If it was before, I thought so too. However, once we see it with our own eyes, people who make us feel unsatisfied with our lives, there will be no compromise. You're talking about the dragon god. He looked at the music with interest. His eyes glowed with cunning. It seems that you put the power of the master. It's a top priority, right? Exactly that. Don't risk smiling if you do. It also means it doesn't have to be the owner's child. It's not that. If one of the children of the road can overcome the dragon flower, then he can sit in the position of master. You just have to be the one who's got the power. Everyone can sit in that position. I understand the depth of the master's heart. So what do you do? What better measure than that, boy? How do you think about organizing a martial arts session with Hoa Sun God Long? Let's see who's the next big thing. Road Music laughing and singing Ra replied. Looks like the abbot's making a mistake. There are no children now. You can beat the dragon god. Master, don't think. What the owner knows is everything. The children of the road are not weak. The road is the subject of the road, and you don't believe in your own deity. Let it compare with the light. It seems like you're trying to turn the crane into a master. Why did you say you would not favor the crane? Because he is your nephew. No, we're just looking at its capabilities. Okay, but if you play a gamble, you need a bet. If you take on the challenge, it will cost you. How do you feel if we bet one more thing? Oh, what to bet? The military music says emphatically, if the crane wins in the martial arts battle with Hoa Sun and Dragon, I'll give you the right to appoint your master. Danger lines slightly widen eyes. On the contrary, if the dragon wins, we will not accept any intervention by the Senate until I leave my post as master. What do you see? Are you confident enough to accept this bet? The elders are silent. Listen to the big story just now. Suddenly started to whisper. It's such a big thing to decide for yourself. This is dangerous for both sides. The danger line doesn't waver in the presence of those around you. Oh, Abbot. Don't play quietly. Look at him and nod. Just like that? Let's start martial arts in a few days. Move the scene to the present. The piercing voice echoed through the entire hospital standing there. You son of a bitch, stop. Inhale Than Min is plugged head plugged neck running, while the urinary tract is speeding up the skirt chase in the back. In the end, the lack of discipline stopped. I'm sweating thinking. God damn this head. Wearing a silk dress. Why are you running so fast? Urine is breathing and talking. This city has a great tea house. Let's have tea with dinner. I can see the light still doesn't respond. She was scolding. At what point do you hate me? Is it because I'm as bad as a ghost? No, it's not that. So why do we look dirty? It's not. Why do you keep running away? Let me tell you. It's not easy to find a kiss like mine. It is clear that my beauty is also of the highest order. It's like this. My personality is also easy to get close to. She pointed to the mansion behind her and said, "Then we don't have to talk about it." I'm bored thinking. That's true, but that's not the point. You answered decisively. I have no intention of becoming a man. Besides, I have no feelings for you. Right after that, don't peek at me with a strange look. It's not like that. You have a crush on that monk, don't you? That's why you hate me. It's obviously because she's beautiful. It's hard to be a hero. Than Min startled. You're going to do it yourself. What's going on? It's really annoying to be short. No matter what, we will not be. Don't bother chasing me. Go find something better. You think I'm going to give up Sao? I'm also a very willful person. At all costs, I'll show you my charm. I sighed and thought to myself, stinky head. I was an old man in my previous life. What do you do? In my eyes, it's just like a child messing around. The new power doesn't suck. You're bored. Your pull is as big as a cowhide wheel. I'm older than you. Billions and billions of voices from behind. Master looking for Than Min, lacking half. She was upset when she heard that. Why is it now? Very fast. Ming then went to the owner of the military road music. Subject Master, I heard you have something very important. You're a nasty, said brother. After I finished my job at my father's. Bring him to my place now. Absolutely not to run away. You know what? Yeah. And then she gave it away. But always speaking from behind. Just remember not to run around. And be sure to come to me. Don't sweat it. It must be exhausting. Than Min is depressed. Everything in the street is not normal. You can't just do that. Don't piss yourself off. By a voice behind me. She just came back right away. I just kept the decorations on my head. But when I found out, the owner of that voice is an acquaintance. She sighed and put her hands down. What's going on? The snow is staring at the urine. Then say it definitively. Talk. Move the scene to the place of Min not long after. He's come to the music hall. He looked at her and asked if she looked tired. It's all thanks to the blessings of God. The music quickly responded. I absolutely won't apologize. I was bored to hear that. Okay, the master called me here. What's going on? Tell me you asked me in the morning. Chengdu's trade union is about to arrive in Yunnan, and you can go with them. The departure date will be in 2 days. Faster than I thought. Thank you very much. The way the music sighed. What I want to ask the mayor. He thought to himself. It was a leg. True friendship is even the shame of the enemy. It will also be received sincerely. So if you want to be friends with the road, he should know about this. The subject and the Senate's discord about what's happening inside the school. But can he accept it? If you get caught up in it yourself. That's what it is. The band quickly told me everything, and quietly observed the eyes of Ming. So the great elders of Kier is grabbing the subject's ankle and pulling away. Sao. It can be said that? Clear eyes far away. Remember the old story with the line. Chief, I've been thinking lately. If we don't take everything that we can trust and promote, maybe the power is much stronger. If so, it could have saved more people. I think again. After the war ended, I'll help you out a little bit. I am the Grand Master. Is an adult, but we've never taken care of them properly. Or it's the same thing the kid used to worry about. And you probably didn't drag me here. Ask me to take care of you. The dead are also dead. There is no such thing as the will of the dead. But your will remains in my memory. So we can't ignore it. The Lord's voice is for me, right? Yes, but I would like to refuse that offer. Move the scene back to the site of the urinary tract. She just threw a rock at the frog and said, "You mean you two have no relationship, right? There is a beautiful woman like you, but the lack of any interest." Yeah, little spy. I only care about my martial arts. Progress or not. Piss bored, for heaven's sake. He's so interested in martial arts. Or maybe our marriage is doomed. The snow asked, "Why do you look so sorry?" Though Sao, it's just an unemotional marriage. Not like this is good. Attached to that to-do. Peeing pale smile. Do you know what a place is? The law of the road is very strict. There's only one thing we can do here. It is obedient to the husband's house, where the path is chosen for us. That's what we're doing right now. It's the least resistance we can do. At least we can choose where we belong. And the world will be pleased with it. The snow has no other way. Maybe not. This place is the Sichuan Road. Children are not allowed to learn the secrets of the family. And you can't live like a fighter in this place. Especially the owner's daughter. But we don't feel discontented. Thanks to the female owner so far. We can still eat well and dress well. If you think marriage is the price to pay for this velvet, you will feel much more comfortable. Don't urinate and look at your body. In Ozen. It's just the end of the sentence. It's just a sigh. Snow looked at the face of the urine. Are dyed red by the sunset. Then calmly speak. There is a way for you. Urine's eyes immediately looked suspicious and asked. Is SAO? There is always a way. It's just whether you want to go or not. Don't urinate and bite your lips. You can stop talking like that. You know everything, okay? Now, we don't really need that kind of comfort. Not at all. You two are silent for a moment, and save the snow. That road. I'll open it for you. The path of the 9 urinals looking at Latoyat. Ignore whether it's possible or not. The dog immediately raised the question. Why did you help me? The snow remembered the previous day. Because I used to be like you. I've been wandering with no escape. Despite a lot of effort and effort. But then one day, fate brought her to the painting. I would say that this is the most difficult way. But now, at least we don't have to wander. Find the way for yourself. The snowman said, but there will be nothing else. But at least you can have another option. Urination's silent contemplation of thoughts. Another option for me. A path we don't intend to take. It's really like that. He peed at the snow and reached out his hand. There really is another way out. Back to the place of the light. The band heard his rejection. It's also sweating. But quickly, he accepted it. I understand. It can't be forced anyway. If he hadn't finished, he would have continued. I'll give you a gift instead. The sound of the music is not surprising. The soldier nodded yes. He thought to himself, it's actually not a gift I gave you. I am only communicating on behalf of that person. This is a gift from the governor. The old man said, I want to dedicate it to music. After so many years. Smiling, he said, let's do the martial arts as planned. And that day, no matter what happens to me, don't stand up. Don't doubt the music. What is the mayor going to do? Chung Myung chuckled. Of course, we do what we are best at. Move the scene to the next day. This crumbling white sky. When I woke up, I ate all this. The light is still shining, people say. Let's eat, let's eat. Is it any different than a hungry ghost? Rotten boy. I don't have to do martial arts this afternoon. I'm going to let my body be that way. The Australian, the translator, doesn't have to worry. Now, someone else opened the door. Here's your next one. Oh, good, 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 and go. It's finally here to protect my nails. White sky scolding big. How much more are you going to eat? Or why people don't know how to enjoy it. Good wine. And then there's this wonderful centerpiece. He said as he ate the fish. As soon as he ate, His eyes widened. Ha 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 ha, fluttering taste buds. What a deadly taste this is. It's the perfect combination of cuisine. The white sky can't help but sweat. It's so delicious. So let's try. He said he was going to get a chopstick. She immediately hit him in the arm to stop him. Where did you get that kind of urge to steal your food? That's a shame. All of this is the way to prepare for us. Ask them to eat something else. Your pig has eaten it all. There's nothing else. The white sky is complaining and complaining. The primal god. Why did you do that to the paint? I can see you drinking and pouring. Male name Kier, quietly clearing the empty 8Es out of the room. When no one notices. I saw him quietly taking 2 mysterious bottles from his shirt and threw them into the water to fly Tang. Very quickly came the time to test. At the martial arts field, a lot of people are talking right now. Prince Crane rode with Hoa Sun God Dragon. Is it too much for cranes? Hey, what are you talking about? Even though the male crane is not the master's son, but he's one of the young people. It's the most powerful. But that's the dragon flower. Not a few days ago, Master also lost billion martial arts, Hoa Sun then Long Sao. That's because the owner took it easy on him. Maybe not. He went to kill a young monk of the painting. Although there's a lot of different opinions. But everyone wants to witness this martial arts battle with your own eyes. That's why, early in the morning, members of the clan of the Sugar Gate came to the main school of Sichuan, where there's going to be a billion-dollar fight that creates a sea of people. The crane's heart starts beating faster when you see the people coming. Suit. The crane takes a deep breath and stabilizes the heart rate. Then clench the fists that are hidden in the sleeve. At the right time, you don't have to worry. The crane turns its head. Road danger internal. Prisoner of the crane road. He is also the head of the Senate. Walking towards him. Just do a good job this time. The position of master will belong to you. And you'll eventually grow up to be the master of the future. Are you confident? He thought for a moment and then answered. Tungner, I haven't been a slacker all this time. But the enemy is the dragon flower. He was called the first man in the world. Post-initiation too. To be honest, I'm not sure I can win. Tight, little rotten. I'm afraid of a boy who's 10 years younger than me. The road is dangerous. The eyes are sinister. You don't have to worry. I will not leave my only religion to die. Hoa Sun God Long ate chicken laced with medicine. So you don't have to extend your time. Just crush him. The way the crane heard that was also startled. The ancestors poisoned him. Dangerous road. The boy must not let him live. Do you understand? The crane understood the meaning of the dangerous road, slightly nodded. And then the corner of his mouth raised a grin. I understand what you mean. So you don't have to worry. I'll make it forever impossible for him to open his mouth. That's good. Even if you're a great man, when you need evil, you must be evil. They looked at each other and smiled dangerously. Heaven Japanese drug. The special feature of the heliocentric. It's divided into poison and poison. If you do not use these two at the same time, then it won't work as a genuine poison. Simply put, it's just powder and liquid. But when these two things meet in the stomach, then they'll blend in. It's the main foot poison. And the person who's hit by a heliopath loses his soul. Like a drunk, which means he won't be able to. No matter how talented the dragon god is, he can't beat the crane. In a state of heliocentric poisoning, the way you frown at the subject, sitting on the opposite side, with this fucking master's name, even if you support the law, then at SAO, the subject line, sitting on the side of the paint. We can't deliver the future of the road. Give it to you. Are you ready? Yes, Father. Good. Don't lose your breath. Just walk away. Don't let the crane jump into the ring. He's aesthetic. There's nothing to be afraid of. This is the opportunity so that I can become a master of the arts. We have to show them his most serious form. He said out loud, "Dragon God, come on. Today I will prove it to you." Martial arts of the road, in a completely different class with paint. Oh, that's right. It is not a name. He's at the top of our youth. Cheers echoed through the square. Let's have an emergency meeting. All 5 of you are so small. Is that okay? You can't do that. No, no, no. If so. After the whisper is over, one of them stepped forward. I saw someone jump into the ring without any hesitation, and people turned out their voices of appreciation. That person is Hoa Sun God Dragon. It was the first post-Kai too. It's a terrible atmosphere. The dragon god is a woman. Everybody's asking that question in amazement. The crane is not out of surprise either. What the hell is going on? I challenge you to the Dragon Ball. Who are you to step into the ring? And that attitude is just a short answer. I'm a painter. Save let Twyat. The whole square is cold. The crane continued to scold. Son, you don't understand human language. Where is the dragon flower? He spoke from behind, breathing. I'm sitting here, and you can't see it. Don't you see that scene? There's no escaping the shock. The dragon god, you should have fought me. Shallow Ming replied, even if everything is the same. You guys keep fighting. What is that? What are you talking about? Or we have no choice. Than Min patted his belly. We eat too much, so we're bloating. The food is so delicious too. Eating a lot fills up. You are a martial artist and you eat a lot. Son, you are not ashamed. Your words are a little strange. There is no one who is not ashamed. What do you mean, why? Than Min laughed. You said the one who's up against you must be me. What did you take to say that? He looked at the situation more or less carefully. I am also the dragon god. What qualifications do you have? That sounds silly for a moment. Then yelled again. Are you complacent about your reputation? Sao is a fake martial artist, and you're obsessed with the third word? You're talking to my ass. He is a shameful fighter. You are afraid. The road will treat you. It's like the 5 people out there. Don't startle and stutter. That's not it. Min continued. You know what I did. You have a reputation like this. This is a reputation that we've had to sweat and shed tears for. It's even life-threatening to get it. What do you say, martial arts? Someone who doesn't know the smell of life like you. He wants to fight with me. You thought my reputation was in the street. That there or something. The soldier's voice is serious. Don't be silly. If you want to fight with me, at least you have the right. There was a man who didn't even have a proper name. You dare to fight with me. But you don't have to worry. Because I'm a very generous person. If you win my hand, then I will fight you. Clear eyes flashed a streak of death light. Then just keep talking. Come to think of it, it's a little annoying. If you can win the race, then we will lose too. How do you feel? Cauldron face. You're asking me to fight the Sao woman. He said. He pointed to the snow. My son here has to kill the Sao woman. The snow then revealed its sharp eyes. Then I saw that she had disappeared on the spot and cut through the road. When did the crane? But it's just a warning sword. He slashed his sleeve. Save la quiet voice. Are you finished? If you're done, start. Don't be angry until you smoke. Dare to despise me. What's more infuriating is, I cannot refute the words of the Lord. He jumped back to stretch the distance with Latoyat and shout. Master, you've allowed them to do this. Instead of answering, the musical line looks at the crane line in turn. Save Latoyat to Than Min. After confirming Than Min's apathy, he showed an expressionless face looking at the crane. I have a headache too. Don't be surprised to ask what you mean. If that woman loses, you're going to give me the chair, right? That's right, the answer to the street music. Make him angry again. More. He was confused not to understand the meaning. Turn your head to the danger. Stupid. Dangerous road gnashing teeth. In front of many people, that's not screaming. Let us all know that. Danger is the one behind it. Twisting line crane or Sao. Of course, there will be some fools who can't see. There's a huge gap between guesswork and certainty. Finally, the name of this dragon god. What are you thinking? Danger lines tight lips, looking towards Than Min. There's no reason it's upset. The dragon flower is upset because of eating too much. That doesn't make any sense. You're such a loser. Maybe he's discovered the heliopath. How can you? Not sure he didn't know he was poisoned. But his body is instinctive. You will feel the difference. That can explain the work. He let this woman stand up for him. No matter what. If you couldn't win, You have to choose the most effective way to defeat. Let a girl do it, and if there are 7 defeats, the paint can still hold the nose. Although you can't kill the dragon flower here. But it's not that there's no way. The problem at hand is how to hide the heat of drugs. The owner will be angry, but he can't take back what he said. If so, you just have to bow at the right time to get the benefit. What lies ahead is winning this war. Was pressed to the end. The dangerous road nods slightly and signals to deal with the head. The way was allowed by the ancestors. He looked at the snow in a cruel way. He gritted his teeth, put his hand in his pocket, and said carefully. The crane's eyes were suddenly filled with murder. This time we will use poison. So you don't walk out of this ring alive. Don't give me that warning. It's actually not very nice. Sugar is poisonous when a martial artist is required to warn the opponent in advance. That's the minimum rule. To be seen as political. I saw that the battle was about to begin. The cheers in the audience also grew louder. His urine trembling, looking up at the ring. What do they want to do after all? She couldn't understand the snow. The road is one of those. It's called the glottal descendant. He's arguably the best. Snow said she wanted to talk to him. No, we have to stop them. Don't not grab the skirt of the urinary tract. Please calm down. If you go up there now, it's no different than making a joke. I mean, the Kier girl can fight the CASAO sign. You can lose your life if you're careless. They don't know anything or anything. Of course, she knows, but still accepted to the ring. She's a fighter. Don't insult her. From the moment you set foot in the ring, there is no such thing as a man or a woman. It's a battle between 2 fighters. So the male absolutely must not interrupt their battle. The eye of the urinary tract is attached to Latoyat. The words before and that in different face, around in your mind. It's already started in the ring. Don't put your hands down your sleeves. Sleeves are slightly tattered and fluttering. Ready to die. The crane line takes the hand off the sleeve as fast as cutting. At the same time, 2 darts flew towards Latoyat. Look at the flashing black. It's obviously been poisoned. Liu Latoyat's sword slowly moved. Very slowly. Soft and flexible. Compared to swordsmanship, it's like a dance move. The sword of snow. Knock out all the incoming darts. The crane did not hesitate to launch for the second time. A sharp dagger with strong power. Flying out from sleeves. Towards Latoyat. Liu Latoyat's sword aimed at the scout. As soon as the knife touches, the sword suddenly twirled, clinging to the side of the dagger. The dagger fluttered around. But the vacuum inside of it hasn't been completely destroyed. Then fly back towards the crane road. The crane can't hide its shock. When everything happens beyond imagination, your face is red with shame. When my aura flies back, concentrated the power of the devil.